And on top, if you be so kind as to put multiplying is what we're doing today. Multiplying. And the little subheading there is by two-digit numbers, which I'm sure you've done before, but hopefully we'll talk a little bit about it so you can kind of get the gist of what's going on here. We're just going to do one. Let's say that you have 43 times 12. And we will kind of walk through the process here. And then in math, it's always good to know why it works or why you do it a certain way. The beauty is you don't always have to understand it. It's much better for you if you understand why, but if you know the process, it's a little like me. When I walk into my classroom in the morning, I turn on the light switch. It's better if I know why when I flip that switch these lights come on, because if something goes wrong, I can kind of figure out why that is. But I don't need to know why when I turn the light switch the light goes on. I just know that if I do, it happens. Same thing with this. I'm going to give you these steps to do this problem, but that won't really give you the reason why. So we'll talk about the reason because it's better for you if you know why. But if it doesn't make sense why you do it, it doesn't matter because you can still do the steps to do it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's what I was hoping you'd catch on to that. So here we go. Here are the steps to doing this, and I'm sure you did this before. Okay. The first step is you multiply the bottom right R-I-G-H-T digit by the top number, which I'm sure you know you've done that before. In other words, you always start down bottom right in this one that's in the ones place. I am going to multiply the 2 by both of these just like it was 43 times 2, which I'm sure you've done before. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8, and I get 86, correct?
Yes.
Then, guess what? Step number 2, you probably know this again, but you probably know it, but you probably don't know why. Step number 2. Anybody, what's step number 2? Step number 2 is to do what? River? Not yet. John?
Put a 0 in the ones.
Right. Step number 2 is put a 0 under the right digit in your answer. Which means this, you're going to put a 0 right here. I should draw an arrow there, but it's going to get in the way of my problem if I do. But I'll do it in different colors so you can see. Now, River Kavarik. Yep. Now you multiply the bottom left digit by the top. And that would be this 1. Now I do 1 times 3. And then I do 1 times 4. And I'm still not done just yet. The last thing I do, ladies and or gentlemen, is somebody? Stewart? Add your 2 answers together.
Just a number.
Well, maybe I'm going to put a 4 in there. How about this? Step number 4, C see step 5. Which means this, you just do this. That won't be the first time I make this. 6 plus 0, 8 plus 3 is 11. I get 516. And voila, everybody's happy. Some of you still need to work on your multiplication tables, especially those of you that I see have your multiplication tables taped to the side of your folder because you don't know them well enough. This, ladies and gentlemen, follow with me here because we can talk the language of mathematics. This is the algorithm. I hope that's how you spell it.
Yeah, it is.
Now this is the point to which Sam said he didn't understand what I said before. This is the process you do it, but can you tell me the why you do that? Why did I put a 0 there? Why didn't I just multiply the 1 times the 4 and the 3 and just put them all there and just do it whatever? Why did I do that? And my point was, if you know this, you're going to get the right answer if you follow the steps, even though you don't know why. But I am telling you it's better if you know why, because later on it'll help you understand more math better. But you don't have to. And if you don't ever get the why, it doesn't matter. You'll still get the right answer, which is always a lot of times care about in the real world. You know, when you take your test to get into whatever high school or colleges, they won't probably ask you to explain why. They'll just say, do the problem, and you get it right. Everybody's happy. So this part here, though, it's better for you. You're better math students if you know why. So John was going to answer the question, why do I put a 0 there, John?
Because you're pretty much multiplying the tens. So it's pretty much like 10 times 4 or 10 times 4.
Yep. And that's it. See, what we've done here, young 5th graders, focus with me, Olivia. Leave Ephraim's little folder alone. What we do when we do this multiplication problem, okay, is we combine a whole bunch of things together at once. What we're really doing when we do this multiplication problem is we are taking 43 times 2, which is where this number comes from. Okay, we ended up with that 86, that's what we got there. And to that, we are adding 43 times what this digit is, which isn't that's not 1. That digit, because it is in that place, it is actually a 10. And when you multiply 43 by 10, remember you hang out that 0 and you bring it down and then you do the 43. 43 times 10 is 430, which is what I got when I did that. 43 times 2 was this 86, what I got with that. And since I'm doing them together, that's why I add them together, and you end up with 516. We've just come up with a shorter way to do it. Did I do something wrong?
No, you did it right.
All right. We just come up with a shorter way to do this all in one kind of big clump rather than writing 2 separate problems, getting the answer to it, and put it down there. Because guess what happens when we get to multiplying by something with the hundreds place? Instead of putting 1 0 down here for the next time, you'll put 2 because you're actually multiplying by something in the hundreds place, not in the ones place. Brady, you're going to enlighten me with some sort of prophetic prophecy or gift or something here. Nothing?
On our homework, can we write it out like that?
You want to do it like this?
No. I
By all means. Go for it, sir, if that's really what you want to do. That's a little like, any farmers in here? That's a little like Brummel back there, or Kate saying, hey, can I go plant all my corn by hand rather than using my tractor? Sure. Sure, why not? Go for it. It might take you a little bit longer. Maybe you'll be better off because of it. I don't know. So, let's look at another problem. So that was, you understand the algorithm. Hopefully you kind of get the gist of the why. If the why part doesn't matter, it's not going to affect your grade because you're going to still be able to do this. Let's do 35. Let me see what else it is. Oh, look at 35 is 1 times 24. Now, before you do that, See, the book will say, write that problem a different way. And this is where Brady would say, the different way I would do it is the way that Brady wants to do it. Instead of multiplying 35 times 24, that's the same thing as taking 35 times 20 and adding what? 35 times 4 to it. Because remember, the first time we're going to multiply 4 times 35 and get an answer. That's what's going to go here. Then to that, we're going to add what we get when we multiply 20 times 35. So just understand, they will ask you, they'll say, hey, is this and this going to give me the same answer? It sure is. It sure is. And if you want to do it this way, by all means. So here we go. First thing I do is always multiply by the lower bottom right-hand number. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Now this is the part where people get goofed up. Do not forget, what do I have to do in my next step? You must, because this is in the tens place, you have to put a 0 down because you're multiplying by 20, not by 2. And then 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then we add all that up in some other beautiful color, and we get 0, 4, 840. 840. What if it... Did I do something wrong?
No, but when we're carrying the numbers at the top, can we cross them off so that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just do it the way I, yeah. If after you did this, put this 1 up here so you don't get confused, or put the 2 up there so you don't get confused, get rid of it so you don't think it's the next time. Yeah, you do it however makes your life better here. Let's do a relatively difficult one. $1.47 times 34. And before you do this problem, you should probably have a good guess as to what your answer would be. What would be a good guess to what $1.47 times 34? If you had $1.50 and you had 34 of them, what's good? What's a reasonable? You don't have to get super close, but you should say, well, it should be between this and that. Leo? All right, $40 is probably a good guess, because if it was just 34 times 1, it'd be $34. But this is like half of that again, so just as long as you don't get like $5,000, you'll know that your answer's closer right there. So go ahead, give that a shot. You do that multiplication there. And again, it is very important that as you do this, you work in nice straight rows. And your answer, since you're multiplying by dollars, your answer should be given in dollars. I'll put a couple extra rows here just in case we need some of that.
Didn't you say about?
Well, you're going to do it exactly.
Oh,
Unless it tells you to estimate.
About 44.
Oh yeah, well about should be about. I like the $40 one because it was quick and fast and you didn't have to do any calculating on a piece of paper. Get something close to whatever answer. No, yes. Caroline, you got an answer? Is it somewhere close to 40? Again, as long as it's within, you don't want to be in the 5,000 range or whatever. Close to something there. What color shall we go? Alright, as you did this, this is kind of how it looks. Starting with the 1's place, 4 times 7 is 28. Carry the 2. 16 plus 2 is 18. So is it at this point you cross off that, Sam? Or do you, when do you cross it off when you go to the next level? And then 4 times 1, wait, no, sorry, 4 times 16, 18, carry the 1, 4 times 1. Now you cross them off? Is that what you usually do? I don't know when you do it. You use different colors every time. What's the step not to forget, Garrett? When I get to this 3? What do I gotta do, Ronnie?
For decimal.
Put the 0, not a decimal yet. We're not in the decimal yet. We haven't finished the problem. In the end, you write your answers in dollars and cents. Don't forget to put the 0 when you get to this, because this is not a 3, this is a 30. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Add them all together. Change colors. 8 plus 0 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. 4,998 would be the wrong answer because we need to write it in dollars and cents. Wait, did I do it right? What, did I do something wrong? What? No, I always get, I make mistakes, so when somebody looks at me like I did something wrong, I'm like, did I do something wrong?
Yes. Because
Wait, no.
I just need to write this in dollars and cents, do I not? Decimal
Yes.
point here, dollars. Leah said somewhere around, would you say, Leah, $40? Yeah, $49 is relatively close. So that's not like $1,000 or something like that. So you should be good.